Alright, so my phone's buzzing. What the hell? This has been a week. Oh, a new egg ad, my email. Okay, I don't care. Dickheads. Anyway, I need coffee and sleep, and I have not gotten either of those for a week because it's just been. Anyway, enough of that. Quit complaining or complain funnier. Alright, so we've got the admin section fleshed out. We've got our little breadcrumbs. We got our button that disappears if you don't have permission. We got the redirect. So now we're going to start working on user creation and user roles. Now, roles should definitely be its own section too. And it's going to be a drop down, I feel. Yeah. A drop down to select users and checkboxes for permissions, table of permissions in the roles edit page. And I'm going to structure it kind of like how categories is structured, where you go in and you get the table here, except there'll just be one big save button at the bottom. You get role name. Role name's got to be unique. And what else is on a roll? Besides butter and jam, that is. Besides me with this program. Okay, it's just a name. A role is just a name. It's just a label we're slapping on people. And of course, it comes with all kinds of little perks in the form of role permissions, but that's a separate matter entirely now, isn't it? So, what we're gonna do is, okay, so it'll be sectioned like this. Since it's gonna be tied to one save button, I'm actually not gonna. It's gonna be one paper component, one paper element rather, will encompass the whole thing, and we'll slip the table inside there as you do. Of course, there's not going to need to be plus or refresh or any of that because the permissions table is going to be pretty static, and it's just going to be checkboxes. So it's going to be more like the one in the blag. I really should pull that code down at some point so I can launch it when needed. But yeah, we could still steal some code off of there for the permission table. But for now, let's work on user creation. Anyway. Users, roles, and categories really will be the only three sections in this admin. Very, very sparse admin panel. But, yeah. Need to be able to create users. Because, right now we can fetch them. We can certainly fetch them. We also need to be able to edit users. So. But because there's not really much to a user, the user editing will be just done in a little modal. I'm just gonna make a modal component. And so the users can no. All right. Now is checkout on here? Oh yeah. So, add category, add subcategory. Containers. Okay, so checkout is on containers. Okay, just wanted to see that. Index. Checkouts controller, containers controller. Oh, checkouts controller is separate. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be towards the end of the project. Checkouts. That'll be one of the last things that I implement. I think it was the last table that got implemented too. So what I'm going to do is step away for a second. Jeez. All right. All right.
Feel confident your taxes are done right.
So where were we? So yeah, checkouts was the last thing we did table-wise. And there's still some API functions that we might need to implement depending on how we're going to be using checkouts. I don't know if I'm going to implement a list of just checkouts by where you see the checkouts first and then the items that are checked out, as opposed to seeing the checkouts on the item response data. So that remains to be seen. So these are commented out. Whether or not checkouts should be updated or just deleted when the items are returned. So, item controller, permission controller, rules controller. So uses controller. So what we need is create a create function for users. All right, and I don't think we have that on routes either. Where's routes? Hmm. Seriously, where's the routes file? Ah, there we go. Config routes. Okay. Okay. Destroy. Things are about to get real. Okay, users controller. Create, update, destroy. Now, do we have permissions to create, update, and destroy? In seeds? No. Okay. 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 CD, Ruby, Warehome, server, Ruby, bin, Rails, DB, seed. And I should automatically have those permissions as well. Yep. Any new permissions automatically get added right to the admin role. And the admin role, if need be, gets recreated. Route. So users. Here's our user controller. Nope. User controller. Okay. Def create. Hold on. Control. That's not commas, right? Containers. Edit. Update, destroy. Show, update, destroy. Okay. Spaces only when it's that syntax. Show, destroy, create, update, end. Okay. Okay. And it's, user equals user new, user params. Okay, now what is a user? A user is a username. Okay. Hmm. That's gonna complicate things though. I have to figure out how to tap into that logic. Okay, so registration, new user. user. Okay. So that's it. And it'll be properly. No way. Nil. First row that user. Current user. Okay. So D cd ruby cd warehome server ruby bin rails console user dot. Oh, password is hidden from view. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Username equals test. So it is just like making a user like normal. And it will just work and devise. Well, hold on. I want to see something in the user model. Okay, devise. Yeah, because the devise is on the model itself. Distributable, rememberable, validatable. Okay, has belongs many rows. Validates password confirmation present. Okay, so that should just work. Okay. Password is too short. Oh. That's it. There we go. Okay, it's a little puerile, but you know. It works, doesn't it? So, what? We have fun here. Huh? There should be two users. Oh, let me guess. Am I signed out? Yeah, dick. My token expired. Okay, people are really using that as a password? Come on. Okay, give me a break, Google. And of course, I have no permissions on this user. So, kind of a useless user. But does that mean. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Show me. It really is that easy. It just works. Okay, so creating from another. Alright, I was worried I was going to have to figure out how to call some other function, uh, import a reference to the devise framework or something, and then I should have known better. Everything in Ruby is just always so much easier. You just do the normal user creation. Like, I can literally, just for the hell of it, just to make it funnier, copy the code from this one, but that doesn't even use devise, and it will work because it's the same exact. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is gonna be funny. Check this out. Uh, app controllers. PFE1 uses controller. Literally this user equals user params and that. So I can just steal these user params like so. It just works. It just works. Okay. It it just works. All right. Check this out. Because it's literally just username, password, password confirmation. Drop email. Boom. Check it out. Check it out. Gova. Okay. Need some of this, but okay. Uh, uh, create. Substantiate potential new user. Check for matching invite. Nope, we don't have invites involved in this. Okay, we do not have invites on this because we're actually manually creating users, so this is stricter than invites. This is I make you when I say so. Render JSON, you must blah blah blah. If user.save. Okay, include permissions. User, also a thing. JSON. I don't think I have to delete password, but anyway. I think because I'm using devise, it already hides the password. But anyway, render JSON. We'll leave that in there anyway. It's extra secure. Okay, render JSON user.errors. Status unprocessable. Okay, so yeah, just like that. Boom. A zoom, zip, and a wake up. Categories controller. Create. Update. User.update. Yeah. If user.update, user params, render JSON, otherwise, blah blah. Okay, so yeah, I really gotta memorize this. Yeah. Okay, if at user.update, user create params. Uh, render JSON, include permissions, user. Okay. Else render JSON user unprocessable entity and boom, just like that, just like that, just like categories controller. Yeah, users. In fact, we don't even need those parentheses. You get away with having less parentheses in Ruby. And then it's just, you know, use user dot destroy. Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. Okay, and there's our API, and yeah, this just works, or should in theory. I mean, it worked here. We got our testes and everything. Okay, it's a little immature. We have 40 APIs now because, yeah, add item, add subcategory, create, destroy, index, remove items, show, update, view. Yeah, only one of these isn't an actual API permission, so every one of these represents an API. So we have 40 APIs. That's fun. So let's go back to our users view. All right. Yeah, route seeds and controller, all good. Yeah. Yeah, this just works because I guess when you import devise on the model, when you include devise, you're including all of the logic that will handle those inputs for you, which is a neat thing about Ruby. Uh, Example we can actually see the code for would be, where are you? Where are you hiding? Concerns, validate links. Yeah, this automatically calls the validate function if you have a links column, you know? So you just include that and it automatically included do. So as soon as you include it, it does that action. You know, it does that. It's nice. So there's probably some fancy little magic like that going on with devise. So even though I'm not, I should have brought the other code back up. Da, da, da. Come on. I had to write this. Where are you? App. Uh, Models, user. You know, I had to write this function here and this on the user controller and add that for creation and destroy before create hash password. You know, all of that is just handled by devise already. Taking in the password confirmation, checking for it, but only on creation and not on signing in or fetching or any of that. So devise has actually been very convenient. So you know how to set it up. Takes a lot of the does a lot of the work for you up front. So where are we? Left bar, admin users. So We need. You have a user's controller, right? Yeah, create user. Fetch user. Oh, we already have create user, huh? Fetch all users, fetch user. Okay, create user. Username string. Okay, we need to take that out. Email. Password confirmation. All right, we already have a create user function. Okay, so beautiful. Let's document it. I unique. Ugh, what am I doing? I'm all over the place. Ironic that I typed incorrectly. Anyway, okay, so we need a user's modal, user create modal, so we can start making users. Is today Thursday? Yeah, if I get users and roles done by tomorrow, or even by yeah, let's go easy. Let's say by the end of Sunday, right? Because that's another full week. That's the fourth full week done. Then we can start really on week 5, really getting into container and item creation and editing. The real meat of the application, because uses and roles is the last of the background stuff, right? With the whole admin section done, it'll be time to start really laying out the real features of the application. Full month of setting up the APIs and making the background parts of the UI, setting up the framework, the base, the foundation, right? And we'll get really into containers and items. Those are the two big things. Then we'll have an application. Now we can start adding in, have a couple of streams where we're just tying up loose ends, cleaning things up, adding things like QR codes. But we're reaching the end of the second act here. And Act 3 is going to be intense. It's going to be wild. Let me tell you. So, need a modal. So, admin categories, folder, components. Okay. The reason I was Googling Donald Trump's specific ethnicity that one time was because I was trying to make a joke about Starfire having orange skin, and I wanted to make sure that I was very specific before I thought I could have a nice wordy posts that ended in the punchline. You know, nice build up before the payoff. Right? Just like the Palatine Renate or whatever area of Germany. I don't remember what it was called. Something like that. Like southwest area. Like, given that she has orange skin, she would probably hail from the et cetera, at the very end. Like Donald Trump. No, he had to be there. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. Anyway, uh, where was I? I should do silly Google searches so that they show up in my history when I type things. It's like, it'd be funny. Like, search for midget tennis or something a bunch of times so that if I type an M into the address bar, midget tennis shows up. Anyway, client, source, circ, furchers, urban, gumps. Yeah, I want something like this, but for user creation, right? Right. One of these one-time modals that's a button in a modal. Okay. Create user modal. I already wrote this once, so I write it twice. Just copy and edit as needed. So, okay. Except it's going to be for creating and editing users. Okay, FA plus circle. Okay, create user. Alert button, blah, blah, blah. Email, set email. No. Well, it's kind of like the sign up page, isn't it? Username, password, confirm password. Set visible. Show alert, error alert body. Show alert, error alert body. Handle show, EDUP prevent default. Okay. Okay. User. Except it's actually going to be edit user modal. Edit user modal. Edit user modal. Okay. Callback. Okay. Callback function. Uh, Undefined. User model. ID. Username. Okay. Yeah. Okay, undefined. So if it's set to undefined, you're creating. If it's not, you're editing. You're updating. Okay, handle show, set email, set. All right, set password, set confirm password. Okay, and of course, set username. Or actually, I think it's. I think it's something like that, or. Let's just leave it like that. I remember there was some like terser syntax for doing the same thing, but it's like, handle confirmation. If not, username return. Okay, handle show. Okay, set visible. Okay, set show alert. Okay. Uh, okay. 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 Response equals create user. Username, password, password confirmation. Okay. Username, password. Confirm password. Okay. Okay, it failed to create user. Okay. Here we go. Just like that. Button info. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah. Okay, and we'll get to this in a minute. Modal static. Okay. Title. Again, we'll just. Okay. Edit. Create. like sign up page. Uh, bu- bu- bu. Okay, alert form. Save. Just call it save. Okay, and then sign up page. Okay. Sign up page. Okay. That is one beautiful component. Hardly had to write it. Okay, and then of course, oh, one thing that's missing is uh, the authorization token. There we go. Yeah, this wouldn't be the first time. Admin categories, edit. We have a response equals from data else. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now we can create a bunch of users in theory and edit them too. Okay. And that button. Let me just see something. Ugh. Okay, yeah, so that is that an SM2? Button SM, yeah. Yeah, that's an SM and that's an SM. So I'm using all SMs. So user, yeah. So since I mostly copied and pasted this code, let's walk through it real quick. So I've got my use states for the fields: username, password, confirm password. I've got a state for whether or not the modal is visible. I've got a state for we saw when I wrote the sign up page. There's a state for whether or not the password will be readable. We've got the form groups. I mean, it's all pretty straightforward. Uh, of course, it's always going to be committed up in the code base to be perused later. You know, call to our APIs, error handling. There's nothing too innovative or new or unique about this particular component, so variant info. Okay, so where is it? Categories. Button. Outline secondary. Size this in. Outline. Yeah. Outline secondary size SM. That's what I want to do. Probably. But first, yeah, let's save it. Let's go to admin users. Let's put it up at the top of. We don't need that. Okay. Put it at the top of the table. So, okay, buttons align right. Okay, so these are a little undented, huh? They're indented extra, so let's undent them. Anyway, edit user modal. Callback. Load users. Huh. All right, so I'm gonna do the thing. I need the thing. You know the thing. You know what I'm talking about, the thing. Where's shared components? Yeah, you got one. Prop types, infer props. Okay. Since you want to be like that. Callback func. Is required. User prop types dot object. I wonder if you can do that. Hmm. Prop types. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of don't want to just set it to prop types dot object and let it be a type be an object. Context. But yeah, if we do that, then object null undefined. Username. Uh, yeah. It shouldn't be. I'm setting it to something that it shouldn't be required, right? I have other components where I'm setting something to something and then it becomes not required without using prop types. I don't want to have to write user equals undefined inside this. There's no reason for that. There's no excuse for why that should have to be done like that. I have to look for examples in the code base. Fig, left nav, container data, category data, search providers, children any. Page Q. Okay. Uh, button color, yeah, but I'm using prop types there. I'm using prop types here. So the lack of an is required. Prop types. Prop types. I don't have an example of one that doesn't use prop types. How annoying. It shouldn't. If I'm setting it to a default value, then I shouldn't be required to include it here. Oh, wait, what if... Yeah, question mark. Admin users. Yeah. Okay, so we just need a question mark. That's right. I suddenly remembered what I had to do to make that work. Okay, so there we go. Edit user mobile. No. From there, we should get that. Yep. And yeah, that's gross. So let's edit user modal. Button variant. Outline secondary. Outline secondary. Okay. And it's a little on the big side, so we'll do size SM. Okay. Reasonable. Okay. Oh, piss off. Password doesn't have password. Using has already been taken. spacer is a little taller than it needs to be. A couple of pixels, but we'll figure that out once we put in a button or two. So let's put in, let's go to admin users. And we'll go to, uh, oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Group. Okay, and then edit user modal. User row. Okay. Eh. What am I missing? Console. Try to update user without ID. Did we though? Two. If ID. Oh. Extraordinary. Not ID. Try that one on for size. So I did it for categories, right? Yeah, if not ID. Yeah. That was silly. Okay. So that works. Okay. Users. Okay, so now these users suck. I don't like any of them. They're garbage. In fact, I hate every last one of them, and I want them dead. So let's give us a way to kill them. Kill them all. Slaughter them all. Even the women and children. Alright, so we need a delete user function. Right? Just as we have delete cats, delete, not destroy, right? Yeah, delete. Yeah, I'm going to use consistent nomenclature. So. Just. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, it's basically the same as any other delete function. It's just a different API. So, users, delete, user, ID, okay, call the users API, slash ID, no replace. Should have copied the other one. Yep, delete, response, blah, 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 okay. Delete user. Okay, just like that. Same as any other delete function. We're writing very samey code. Wonder if I should just write a base delete function, or like a base service class that has a delete, where the service class takes an API URL. And then just for like categories, I would need to write the subcategory ones separate. A base service class, because I mean these are almost identical functions to everyone else. You know, it's delete equals this exact code. It's, you know, I'm just writing the same code over and over again. The only difference is the name of the thing. Uh, right. Just call the service. And so I would turn it into a class and export the class. So instead of delete user, it'd be user service dot delete. That way, if you have to call multiple different services, you don't just have a bunch of functions called delete. Yeah, I really should create a service class and derive all these so that I'm not rewriting the same code over and over again. If I refactored all these services, I could probably reduce the lines of code of this code base pretty substantially. That's something to think about. Hmm. Anyway, so users, admin users. Okay, deletion modal. Okay, deletion, delete user. Okay, ID dot ID. Row dot username. Callback. What other? Button body? No. Yeah, yep. Key parent. Key. Body button size. Button body. Size. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty big thing, so we're just gonna one per line that because that's a big component. It's got a lot of things on it. Okay. May as well do that then. That's a nice slim file though, isn't it? There we go. And then there was one. And if I delete it, that's that. I'll just have to remake it. That's the beauty of the way this particular application is built, that if I were to, wait, I can't. Why couldn't I delete that user? Huh. Oh, Maybe. Oh, yeah, no. I couldn't load any more APIs because my user got deleted. But, yeah, this internal application, if you delete all your users, you could just start anew. And now I'm back from outer space. Long now with that look upon your face. But look at how slim this file is, for real. Look, you can read almost all of it in a half screen. You hardly have to side scroll at all on a half screen. I like that. That makes me happy that I can do that in React. All my Angular coded, all my Angular components are wide boys. React really lets me keep a slim profile so that I can have my code on one side of the screen and look at stuff on the other. It's just the nature of it. This is a little wide, but it's also not big. So it's a short file. Regardless. And that should probably be a class, because that's a lot of styles. But whatever. Yeah, if I'm not using any of these styles, I might as well remove that. But yeah, I'm done with users. That's it. Full user CRUD. Done in one. So, uh, so yeah. And roles, like I said, it's going to be a lot like categories. It's going to be a roles edit page and a roles list page. I don't know how far along we'll get with roles, but we'll see. Okay. We edit APIs and an entire component. Also accumulating some tech debt in the form of every time I add a button and I'm not adding a permission check to hide the button if you don't have the permission, we're accumulating a little bit of technical debt there. So at some point we'll pay that off. But not today. Well, maybe today. Maybe I should hold off on rolls. We should do rolls tomorrow and just spend the rest of the next 40 minutes doing tech debt. Mm. Anyway, uh, admin. Yeah. Mm. Ugh, stop looping at me. Damn it. Freaking Discord. Talking about StarCraft and shit. Bunch of boomers. Anyway, so yeah, this works pretty nicely. And yeah, just to double check. Yeah, create user, edit user. One thing though I want to do is for the title. Hmm. Yeah. That way you remember who you were editing. I think that really helps. Okay. Okay, so components, new file. Let's at least list roles, huh? The thing with roles is because you're saving all the permissions and uses on the role at create or update instead of creating, like with subcategories, them separately in separate API calls, you can have it all at creation time. Unlike with categories, where you have to create the category, and then once you've saved it, then you can add subcategories to it. So, let's, uh, let's get roles. Need a model. Models. Permission model. Well, looks like you need a role model. Yeah. I wonder if they have that icon in 60 seconds clip. Hold on. Gun. Da, da, da.
Yeah, man, that was as easy as pie. I'm a veteran, son. Get out of the car, bitch! I'll blow your brains out! You gotta be shitting me. I will shoot you, damn it! Damn. You lazy half-ass bully. Any asshole can pull a gun on somebody. You don't know the first thing about stealing a car. What? You need a role model.
And with that, let's create the role model. New file. Role dot model dot ts. All right. 126. Okay, so let's get our. I mean, role is just a name, isn't it? Name and an ID, kind of like user. So we're just gonna go ahead and copy that. Role model. In fact, let's just do an auto replace role. Boom. Start with that. Okay, so role records, role model, ID, number, blah blah blah. Role name. Well, that's just name. Now that's is that name or label? Hold on. Is that name or label? Name. Okay. Do I use the word label anywhere? Category, name, checkouts, containers, description, notes, name, description, notes. Okay. Containments, name, description, item, description, notes, subcategories, permissions, model, action, roles, name, subcategories, name, description. Yeah, I don't use the word label. I use the word name everywhere. Okay, so I've been consistent. Okay, so role, dataset ID. Okay, do we have a roles API? I hope so. Roles controller, yeah. Yeah, and there shouldn't be too many roles on a system to where you need to paginate the data, like we do with, say, items controller. Right? We do it with users as a matter of course, even though there would never be that many users on this system, really. But items is paginated. Items is one of those hard paginators because it's the one with the little number buttons, so it's just a hard items per page. Uh, if you ever wanted to fork this, you could refactor that. It's whatever. Uh, you know, categories and subcategories aren't paginated because there'll only be so many categories, and you kind of want them all loaded. And subcategories, there's only so many subcategories per category, so you kind of just want to load them all. You know, it's not a ton of data. Uh, containers, you're really only going to have so many top level containers in a system. In fact, probably in this system, there will be 2 top level containers. And then any given container only has so many containers. Because you should make, like, a room or something be your top level container. Not just start putting all the containers from a given room and then also next to other containers from another room as your top level containers. Because then your containers will get all mixed up. Because they're alphabetized. Or should be. Are they? Oh, maybe they're not. But later on they will be. Categories are alphabetized. Yeah. Yeah. Containers are going to be alphabetized next once I get to really implementing containers, not just displaying them in a list. Containers and items have been sort of left by the wayside, and they're kind of the main event of all of it. Everything else is just there to support them. But, you got to build a solid foundation. So, roles controller. Oh, there we go, roles controller. Okay. Yeah, straightforward CRUD. So, straightforward model, straightforward, eh. So, it's just, yeah, let's just go up here and service should be identical to any other service. Category service. I just want to double check something. Oh, but with roles, you're also passing the IDs, yeah. But anyway, uh, oh, CD CD Ruby, Warehome. Getting a little sleepy. Ruby bin rails routes. Okay. Oh, come on. Oof. This extra big UI. I might have to change to like 125 instead of 150. Yeah, look at this. It's still unreadable. I have to stretch it across my monitors. It doesn't work. Oh boy, this is literally unreadable. Lovely. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Okay. How about roles? Oh my god, it's still a mess. Okay. Display. Well, yeah, but you need to see it too. Display settings. Yeah, make everything nice and small. Oh, I was. Okay, I'm just gonna have to rerun that then. There we go. Hmm. Oh wow, this is unreadable. Oh man. Yeah, this monitor is too high res. My eyes actually hurt. Fantastic. I'm gonna have to switch back to 150 after this, but Ruby, bin, Rails, routes. Let's confirm our roles route. Okay. Oh. What in the world? Why are you like this? Oh, why? Wow. Wow, Windows 11 is a fucking downgrade. Extraordinary. Okay, so it has to start out wide. Uh, Warehome. There we go. Why was that so hard? Okay, so in Windows 10, if you were to contract and expand it, uh, it would update the whatever. I'm not. You saw all the other past streams before I switched to this computer. I didn't have this issue. Okay, so just API own roles. Yep. Roles ID. Yep. Same as anything else. All I wanted to confirm. All right. Now let's make this UI readable again. Yeah, recommended for a reason. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I need to go to development. Okay, users permissions, roles. Okay, gotta go to constants. As users log in, sign up, log out users. Roles API URL. Okay. The roles API URL. Okay. Constants. And then, of course, just a CRUD. Hmm. But it'll be more like categories in it. Just to remove the subcategory bits. Rename. Roles.service.ts. Okay. So fetch all roles. So call the roles. Okay. Fetch all roles. Okay. Okay. If not responsive, call the roles API to fetch roles ID. Try to fetch role without ID. Roles API ID. Fetch the role. Response.json. Okay. If response. Okay. Okay. Create role. Role model. Okay. Okay, so now with our role controller. So create is role params. Role params is user IDs, name, user IDs, permission IDs. Okay, we have something like that here. Service, shared services, user service set permissions. Okay, we pass our permission IDs as a string array. Set permissions. Okay. ID selected. Of course, we have selected ID. Okay, so we have a little table. So we're going to borrow from this admin user permissions. So I'm going to borrow that. Okay. Permission IDs, string array. Okay. So we're going to pass those separate from the actual role. And I don't think we're going to get done by 10, so I'm just going to go as far as I can and then call it exactly at 10. User IDs, permission IDs, so role service, yeah, permission ID, user IDs, permission IDs. Okay. I did not say that. Okay, role model. There's an error still in this file. Oh, here we go. The code is so samey that I just need those couple adjustments, and now we have a full, we have a complete service already for roles, and it looks good. It looks like it'll just work as long as we feed the right data in. Yep. Permission. Yep. Data without ID. Yeah. So, let's see if we can whip this up. Rename. Let's see if we just rename categories to role, what happens. Just do a find and replace on this again. Category role. What if? And instead of row, and we just remove description, and we remove description, and that. Will this just show a list of roles? That'd be wild. And then, of course, this will be different because this will involve permissions instead of subcategories. But we're a good way there by just yeah. So let's go to app routes, categories, and well, let's not be so hasty. Admin roles. And let's go to admin root. And let's find a good icon real quick. Role job. It's a good job for a good icon for yeah, FA tools. FA tools. Yeah, FA tools. I'll take it. Yeah, so Okay. Hmm. Didn't load the role. Hmm. Yeah, I'm already logged out. Okay. Still didn't load the role. Why not? Service process. Build to fetch roles. Internal service error. Okay, let's launch Fiddler because it'll be easier that way. Ah, screw off. Okay, what's your problem? Okay, with view. JSON. Check basic auth for. Oh, really? Still doing that crap? Next show, create, update, destroy. Index show. Okay, how about now? There we go. Beautiful. So just like that, we already have a roll table. We're already well on our way. Uh, Now, given what it's going to take to get to where we have selecting users and well, that part's done, so that's whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole. It's gonna be a whole table and everything for permissions. You have to fetch permissions. You're gonna have to. It's gonna be quite a bit of work to get this done, but yeah, I would call it here. I'm not gonna commit this because it's incomplete. Or maybe I should. Yeah. Actually, well, yeah, this would go to a page that doesn't exist. This would delete the role, which is bad. You don't want that because then I'd have to delete my user as well and then reseed and then re-sign up. It's a whole thing. But yeah, admin roles on. Yeah. Yeah, so the refresh button works. These buttons already are set up to go to the next things. They just have to be implemented. So, I mean, this page is effectively done. This, I'm sure works, but I'm not going to test it. Because it would be a drag to have to reseed and recreate my user again. I'm going to call it here. You know, I often go over half an hour, over an hour. I'll call it 10 minutes early once in a while. So yeah, same time tomorrow. Let me commit this and call it a night. Yeah, we're starting to have very samey code. So I should start to think about how to abstract some of this. Maybe I should start using class components, start writing a service class to abstract and refactor some of this code at some point to make it less repetitive. Once you find yourself copying and pasting large swaths of code instead of writing code, you should probably refactor your code. I've reached that point today where things are starting to get kind of samey. And that means I could probably abstract some of these things better and not have so much repetitive, excessive code. So, if I finish admin tomorrow, and I will, because at this point I just have to do edit roles, uh, I might just spend the weekend refactoring things, create a service class, and make all the other services be classes that are derived from that class so that I'm not rewriting the same CRUD functions over and 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 over again. And yeah. So anyway, app routes, constants, admin roles, admin root, add roles to admin root. Okay. Yeah, that's separate. You need a role model. Okay, roles.service. Yeah, that's the whole service. That should do the trick. So that should be done. Check permissions. I gotta fix that. Okay. Admin roles list page. Yeah, so same sign tomorrow.